Have you ever wondered why some men seem to thrive in solitude, defying societal norms and expectations? Sigma males are actually the most misunderstood group out there, and I'm about to change your mind about them. In a world that's constantly pushing us to fit into neatly packed boxes, there's a type of man who thrives outside the box. This man doesn't seek approval, nor does he need validation from his peers. He's the Sigma male, an enigma in a world where alpha and beta males take center stage. Sigma males are often misunderstood, viewed as loners, outcasts, or the rebels of society. Yet these men are so much more than their stereotypes. They hold a certain mystery about them, a quiet strength that is often overlooked. They are the men who prefer their own company, who are self-sufficient, and who march to the beat of their own drum. But why is there a general dislike or even despise towards Sigma males? Is it because they reject societal norms? Or is it because they are often seen as aloof and detached? Perhaps it's because they don't seek the limelight, choosing instead to operate from the shadows, often leaving others feeling unsettled. It's essential to remember, however, that Sigma males aren't trying to be difficult or intentionally mysterious. They're simply being true to their nature, living life on their own terms. They don't adhere to societal pressures or expectations, which can be a breath of fresh air in a world that's constantly telling us how to think, feel, and act. The concept of Sigma males is a complex one, filled with misconceptions and stereotypes, but it's a fascinating realm to explore, offering a fresh perspective on masculinity and individuality. So let's strip away the judgments, the misconceptions, and the stereotypes. Let's delve into the world of Sigma males, the most misunderstood men in our society. Picture a man who prefers his own company to the company of others, a man who walks his own path. This man isn't necessarily a hermit or an outcast. He's not an egotist or a misanthrope. He's someone who finds value and satisfaction in his own company, someone who relishes the stillness and tranquility that solitude can bring. Let's delve into the psyche of this man, this Sigma male. Picture him choosing to live in the wilderness, away from the hustle and bustle of society. Not because he dislikes people, but because he values his independence and autonomy. He does not need the validation of others to feel fulfilled. His self-worth is not tied to societal norms or expectations. He defines his own success, and he lives by his own rules. Sigma males are often seen as enigmatic figures. Their preference for solitude can be perceived as aloofness or even arrogance. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Sigma males are introspective, self-aware individuals. They have a deep understanding of themselves and their place in the world. They are comfortable in their own skin, and they do not feel the need to conform to societal norms or expectations. This independent nature can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, Sigma males have the freedom to live life on their own terms. They are not bound by the constraints of societal norms or expectations. They can pursue their own interests and passions without fear of judgment or criticism. On the other hand, this independence can lead to feelings of isolation and alienation. Sigma males can sometimes feel disconnected from the world around them, misunderstood by those who don't share their perspective. But despite these challenges, Sigma males continue to walk their own path. They seek out solitude, not out of disdain for others, but as a means of self-discovery and personal growth. They find peace and fulfillment in their own company, in the stillness and tranquility that solitude can bring. This man, my friends, is a Sigma male, a lone wolf who thrives in solitude. Imagine a man who rejects societal norms and expectations, a man who creates his own rules. This is the quintessential Sigma male, a character who walks to the beat of his own drum, oblivious to the symphony of societal expectations. Let's take a journey into the life of a man we'll call John. John was a high flyer in the corporate world, the epitome of success by societal standards. He had the corner office, the six-figure salary, and the admiration of his peers. But John felt a gnawing emptiness, a void that his corporate accolades couldn't fill. One day, John decided to take the road less traveled. He left the corporate world to pursue his passion for painting, a hobby he had nurtured since childhood. His decision was met with disbelief and ridicule. "You're leaving a secure job to paint?" they asked, their voices dripping with condescension. But John didn't care. He was a non-conformist, a Sigma male who dared to live his truth. In a world that champions conformity, the Sigma male stands as a beacon of individuality. He doesn't bend to societal pressures or tailor his life to meet the expectations of others. He is comfortable with solitude, not because he despises company, but because he values his independence. He doesn't seek validation from the crowd, for he understands that his worth is not defined by others' opinions. Sigma males are often misunderstood, labeled as aloof or antisocial, but they are simply men who value authenticity over popularity, men who choose to live life on their own terms. They may not fit into the conventional molds of masculinity, but they embrace their uniqueness, unapologetically so. It takes courage to reject the well-trodden path, to defy societal norms and expectations. But Sigma males are not deterred by the roadblocks of judgment and criticism. They are trailblazers, pioneers who chart their own paths in a world that often demands conformity. This man, ladies and gentlemen, is a Sigma male, a non-conformist who dares to be different. Think of a man who prefers to observe than to participate, a man who sees what others often miss. Picture this individual at a gathering. He doesn't mingle or engage in idle chatter. Instead, he's in a corner, quietly observing the room's dynamics, the subtle body language, the unspoken words hidden behind smiles and laughter. This man is a Sigma male, a silent observer with a keen eye for details. Now imagine a complex problem in a company, a problem that has baffled everyone from the executives to the interns. Teams of experts have been unable to find a solution. They've tried multiple approaches, but the problem persists. Enter our Sigma male. He's not part of the problem-solving team. He's not even directly involved in the project, but he's been observing silently, attentively, patiently. He's noticed the subtle signs that others have missed, the slight hesitation of a team member before making a decision, the infrequent yet persistent system glitch that everyone else dismisses as a minor issue. He pieces together these overlooked details, forming a larger picture that reveals the root cause of the problem. With this newfound insight, he approaches the team, shares his observations, and suggests a solution. The team is taken aback. They hadn't even noticed the details he points out. They implement his solution, and voila, the problem is resolved. The silent observer, the Sigma male, has solved the problem that had everyone else stumped. Sigma males have this unique ability to observe and analyze. They aren't interested in the spotlight or recognition. They prefer to stay in the shadows, to quietly observe and understand the world around them. And it's this silent observation, this keen eye for details that often goes unnoticed, that allows them to see what others miss. Sigma males are not just silent observers. They are analytical thinkers, problem solvers, and keen observers of human behavior. They may not be the life of the party or the most vocal in a meeting, but their observations and insights can often provide the solutions to the most complex problems. This man, dear viewers, is a Sigma male, a silent observer with a keen eye for details. Consider a man who is often misunderstood, a man who is judged for being different. Let us delve into the world of this man, the Sigma male, who is often the subject of misunderstandings and prejudices. This man is not your typical extrovert, nor is he your average introvert. He is someone who chooses to live his life on his terms, often resulting in him being labeled as different or odd. Imagine a man who, rather than engaging in small talk at a party, prefers to sit quietly in a corner, observing the world around him. He is not antisocial. Rather, he is selectively social. He finds solace in solitude, and his silence is his strength. But the world often misunderstands his silence for arrogance, his introversion for aloofness. Consider a man who does not seek validation from society, a man who is content with his own company. He does not conform to societal norms and expectations, choosing instead to follow his own path. This independent streak, however, often leads to him being misjudged as a loner or an outcast. Imagine a man who sees the world differently, a man who thinks deeply and introspectively. He is not swayed by a popular opinion, he forms his own. But his unique perspective is often misconstrued as being non-conformist or rebellious. The Sigma male is not trying to be difficult or different, he is just being himself. His unique traits are often misunderstood, and unfortunately, he is judged for them. But the truth is, the Sigma male is not seeking approval or acceptance. He is comfortable in his own skin, content with his own company, and confident in his own beliefs. In a world that thrives on labels and stereotypes, the Sigma male stands out as an enigma, a puzzle that is difficult to solve. He does not fit into the conventional boxes that society has created, and this often leads to him being misunderstood and misjudged. This man, esteemed audience, is a Sigma male, a misunderstood individual who is often judged for his unique traits. Envision a man who thinks independently, a man who is not swayed by popular opinion. Take, for instance, the tale of a man named John. John was just an average guy with an average job, living in an average town. But there was something extraordinary about John. He possessed a unique ability to think outside the box, to question the status quo, and to come up with novel solutions to problems. He was often met with skepticism and ridicule, but he never let it deter him. One day, John was faced with a seemingly unsolvable problem at work. Everyone around him was scratching their heads, unable to find a solution. But John, being the independent thinker he was, decided to approach the problem from a different angle. He disregarded the popular opinion and instead followed his intuition. After days of relentless thinking and testing, John finally made a breakthrough. He had found a solution no one else could. His discovery was met with astonishment and disbelief. How could an ordinary man like John come up with such an ingenious solution? The answer lies in his ability to think independently. John represents the quintessential Sigma male. He thinks for himself, not swayed by the crowd. He's not afraid to go against the grain to challenge the status quo. He values his own thoughts and opinions over the majority's. This independent thinking is a defining trait of Sigma males. It's what sets them apart from the rest. Sigma males are often misunderstood, labeled as outcasts or rebels. But in reality, they are simply individuals who think for themselves. They are not afraid to ask questions, to challenge the norms, and to seek their own truth. They are independent thinkers, just like John. This trait is not a flaw. On the contrary, it's a strength that should be celebrated. It's a quality that leads to innovation, breakthroughs, and progress. It's a quality that makes the world a more diverse and interesting place. This man, respected viewers, is a Sigma male, an independent thinker who is not afraid to challenge the status quo. What if we stopped judging Sigma males and started understanding them? It's a question that's loaded with potential and a promise of a more inclusive society. Sigma males, often misunderstood and misjudged, are the silent movers and shakers of our world. They're the ones who forge their own path without the need for validation or approval from others. They are the men who choose solitude not out of fear, but out of a desire for self-understanding and self-improvement. Imagine a world where we celebrated these individuals, where we recognized the strength in their silence, the wisdom in their solitude. Sigma males, often seen as enigmatic, are in fact rich in depth and complexity. They're not antisocial as some might think, but rather selectively social. They value quality over quantity, ensuring their interactions are meaningful and fulfilling. What if we stop seeing their independence as a threat, but rather as an inspiration? Sigma males are self-sufficient. They don't rely on others for their happiness or success. They're the epitome of resilience, of self-reliance. Their independence is not a sign of arrogance, but of self-confidence and self-assurance. What if we stopped seeing their quiet nature as a sign of weakness, but as a mark of introspection and thoughtfulness? Sigma males are not the loud, boisterous types. They're the ones who listen more than they speak, who observe more than they act. Their quiet nature is not a sign of passivity, but of contemplation and mindfulness. The world needs Sigma males. They're the thinkers, the innovators, the silent leaders. They bring diversity and balance to our society. They challenge the status quo and inspire us to be more self-reliant, more introspective. Sigma males, just like everyone else, have their unique strengths and weaknesses. Let's embrace them for who they are. Let's celebrate their contribution to our society, and let's learn from their unique approach to life. Sigma males, they're not just the most hated men, they're also the most misunderstood. Let's change that. Let's embrace the Sigma males. Today, we've explored the intriguing world of Sigma males. We've taken a journey into the minds of these enigmatic individuals, often misunderstood and, unfortunately, sometimes despised. We've discovered that Sigma males are the lone wolves of our society, preferring their own company and the quiet hum of their thoughts over the noise of the crowd. They are the non-conformists, the ones who march to their own beat, unafraid of being different. And often, they're the silent observers, watching and learning from the world around them. We've explored the reasons why they are often misunderstood. It's not that they are antisocial or aloof, but rather that they value their independence and have a different approach to life. This can make them seem distant or unapproachable, but in reality, they are simply marching to the beat of their own drum. These are the independent thinkers, the ones who aren't afraid to go against the grain. They don't seek validation from others, but instead, find satisfaction in their own achievements and personal growth. We've also discussed the importance of embracing Sigma males for who they are. Their unique perspective and approach to life can provide valuable insights and contributions to our society. They remind us that it's okay to be different, to think independently, and to choose our own path in life. It's essential that we strive to understand and appreciate Sigma males, rather than despise or fear them. Their unique qualities and perspectives are not a threat, but rather a testament to the diversity of human experience and thought. They challenge us to think differently, to question the status quo, and to embrace the beauty of individuality. So, as we conclude our journey into the world of Sigma males, let's remember the value of understanding and appreciating these unique individuals. Let's celebrate the diversity of human experience and thought, and strive to create a society where everyone, including Sigma males, feels understood and appreciated. Remember, Sigma males are not to be despised or feared, but to be understood and appreciated. Until next time, keep an open mind and a compassionate heart.